Om Namo Bhagavate Hariparanavadevaya. I bow to the feet of my Guru and the lineage of Gurus, and all of you have come here for the realization, self-realization. Today, we are going to start with Guru Vandana by Tania and followed by Hirakuni. Start.
Tasmai Shri Gurave
গুরুর মধ্যে স্থিত বিশ্ব, বিশ্ব মধ্যে স্থিত গুরু, গুরু বিশ্ব নমস্তুভ্যং। The entire world or the universe that resides within the Guru, and the Guru resides within the entire universe. This is the concept of Guru. He is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, all pervading. All pervading means where he is not, he is everywhere. Today, the program will be conducted in English as Don Baba, my friend, Vivian Baba, my friend, and Mark, though for the first time I meet you, and Erika Ma, I meet you first time. We are pleased to welcome you in this Dhankendu of Habibpur. This is the birthplace of Parivarananda. We used to regularly come here in the earlier days, maybe 10 years back, and we used to conduct meditation in Guru's house, the residence house itself. Then after the family members of Gurudev, they decided to donate us this piece of land to make a Dhankendu, the meditation hall. This very construction that you see, it has some specialty. Within this box, there is a time capsule, which contains the history of Kriya since in time immemorial. It contains the remnants of Gurudev, his hair, his nails, his used clothes, so many things. Everything has been kept inside this. So if ever a genetic recommendation is needed, or if people sometimes find that why it is, they will find that there was an extraordinary human being who resided there. I would like to welcome our guests today, Yogacharya Donal Abrams and Yogacharya Mood. They used to help Gurudev in New York in many ways. In many ways. My Guru is indebted to him, them, me too. So I request, honor them with our conventional system, with Uttaryo. I request President Gautam Banerjee to come and felicitate Donald Yogacharya Donal Abrams. Chanchal was so very good. Next, I request Vice President Sanjay Datta to offer your respect to Yogacharya Regional. পরেরগুলো খুলে রাখো আগে। request Atul to felicitate Martha. May I request Purnama to come forward and facilitate the Now, I would request Yogacharya Donald Abrams, preferably known as Kumbha, to say a few words related to Kriya, related to Gurudev, whatever he prefers. Something.
First, I want to bow Allah Hariharananda, whose grace, only because of Gurudev, I'm sitting here. Really His love, His grace, and to be able to sit with you all, sit with Chanchal Baba and many dear friends that I've known for several years. It's really a great honor and great privilege. And, words can really not describe my gratitude and my appreciation to you all. With Gurudev, he was extraordinary, rare human being. A samadhi master, a true samadhi master. Okay, not just a title, Paramahansa. He had that ability to enter and exit Nirvikalpa samadhi at will. Hey God, samadhi. And his love for God, for Divine Mother, and truly God, Guru's Divine Mother blessed him. He lived to be 95 years old, traveling all over the world, sharing these beautiful techniques, this marvelous power of God. Each person, he saw God, each of us. It was personal. And it was also very informal. Okay, so please forgive me if I speak in an informal way. Gurudev, he was extraordinary, but also ordinary. Okay, going to the store to buy toothpaste. We're crossing the street. Cars are coming. And Baba's asking me, are you watching? Are you watching? Baba, I'm watching the cars. I don't want to get hit. Still, you should watch. So he taught in a very personal, heartfelt way. And the two things to say about Gurudev, not only was he a true samadhi master, and he demonstrated this ability. Many doctors saw him with no pulse, no breath. How's that possible? Then became his disciples. Practiced the technique, Kriya Yoga. And this was his message. Okay? Go inside, get that experience, change your life. Okay? He believed in the techniques. Okay? The technique will make you free. Technique will give you inner transformation. Technique. Hello. So the technique, everything, Papa was a man of technique. Okay? In Homestead, in Florida, he had a sign over the door of the ashram. Don't worship me, be like me. Don't worship me, be like me. Okay? If I could do it, you can do it. Okay? This was his life, this was his message. He traveled all around the world teaching people Kriya Yoga. Practice, practice, practice. An ounce of practice is worth a ton of theories. So, beautiful technique, really beautiful. First Kriya, you can get samadhi. Really, incredible. Okay. Baba lived to be 95 years. I have recordings of his last few years. He was practicing First Kriya, guiding First Kriya every day in the ashram. He loved every minute of it. After 50 years, still practicing First Kriya, guiding people. Can you imagine? For 50 years and still got so much from the practice. So we have this rare opportunity. And to practice this technique in this lineage, Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukeshwar, Upendranath Sanya, Yogananda, Satyanaraji. And Chanchal Baba.
And John Baba. And
But it's, these were serious yogis. They dedicated their whole lives. When Baba met Yogananda, and Yogananda, he went to Yogananda for second Kriya. Shri Kishore said, go for second Kriya to Yogananda. And Yogananda said to him, what will you give as dakshina? I give my whole life. I join an ashram. A heritage, I think he said, hermitage. Right? And Yogananda was happy that he had this type of sincere desire to know God. And so self-realization requires self-effort. Okay, Kriya is a path of action. We have to practice. And the hardest thing is just to practice, right? We're busy. Family, job, no time. Okay, but the best thing, this technique, so beautiful. So Baba would say, try to get samadhi. Try. And you are very blessed and fortunate, again, to have a qualified, highly advanced yogi. Okay? To get his guidance, and his darshan, be able to sit with Chanchal, really blessed opportunity. So, I'll talk a little more, but we have more program. So, the two things that I have heard from many people is not only was Baba the real deal. He was a true Samadhi master, a son, really rare person. Okay? And Yogananda, another really rare person. Okay? Forgive me for saying this. Because of the internet tonight now, and with social media, people have the wrong idea. And you go online, master of Kriya Yoga, master of Kriya Yoga. Okay? Masters of Kriya Yoga. True Samadhi masters. Examples. And Baba's message is you can do it. You can get Samadhi if you have the deepest desire. And you have to completely surrender to God. Sanskrit, Ishwara Pranam, surrender. Love, love, love. And so Baba, not only was he a true, authentic Samadhi master, and you hear this from so many people all over the world. He was a good person, good man. He had goodness in his heart. Okay? And he really tried his utmost to help people, to share. He found this extraordinary technique. And he, at the age of 67, started traveling and sharing these techniques around the world. Right up to 95. Right up to the very end, the last breath. He was blessing the doctors and nurses and saying, don't be unhappy. You tried your utmost to save my life. Okay? Very few people leave. Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you do more? But Baba was blessing them. I'm happy. You. Okay? Rare, very rare quality. Wasn't a game. Wasn't about ego. Wasn't about power. Wasn't about money. It was only about love. Love for God. And you saw God in each of us. And he had a unique ability to uplift each of us and to show us what's possible. I was fortunate. My cousin invited me to a lecture. I was sitting in the back of the room. I said, no, you come sit here. I was sitting with my eyes closed. He said, no, open your eyes so I can give you power. Seeing is being. Right? You've heard him say this. Seeing is being. You were seeing Hari Harananda, you're becoming Hari Harananda. And I was a young man out of college. I wasn't looking for a guru. I had started a stressful job. And my cousin said, maybe you should meet my guru and learn how to meditate. Okay. And then Guru asked me a question, which I had never thought about. Who's breathing? Who's breathing? Can you perceive it's the living power of God? No breath, no money. No breath, no family life. No breath, no food. Dead body cannot eat food. Okay? So who's breathing? And for 20 years, I heard the same message from Guru again. Watch your breath. Love your breath. Thank God you're still breathing. And it's really a little bit of a mystery. We go to sleep every night. There's no guarantee you're going to wake up the next day. Really. And no one knows how many breaths we have. I'm 66. Do I have 10 more years? Do I have 10, 20 more years, 30 more years? Right? We're going to have just one breath. And the breath is really precious. And so his teachings was to watch God, to perceive that it's God who's breathing. And so we're initiated, we're practicing the technique. And And my understanding is that if you can calm your breath, then your mind becomes calm. Okay? Then your perception or your realization of the formless divine qualities, the triple divine qualities of pulsation, vibration, sound, and light will reveal themselves. So as the breath becomes calm, your experience becomes more. Okay? And so Kriya, action, divinity. Everything is action, divinity. You're bending, that's an action. Okay, oh God, are you here? Can I perceive you? You're bending, oh God, can I perceive you? Action, divinity. Action, divinity. Kriya. And one last teaching, and I will yield. So I want to hear from Chanchal and also Eugene. I've learned, well, my journey started in 1981 with first Kriya, and over time, Baba gave me a little more food, little more food, little more food. Okay, go teach. Baba, I just want to meditate. Oh no, you go teach. So, but I'm still a student. Okay, still a student. There's much to learn. And even in the car, today I was learning from the diamond pronunciation, mantras, Sanskrit. Okay, really appreciated the opportunity here. It was a little difficult for me to pronounce Sanskrit. And Sanskrit, like yoga, is a lifelong journey. Okay? I would spend the rest of my life learning Sanskrit. So beautiful, the depth of it. Okay? But in Kriya Yoga, we go a little deeper to the essence. Okay? It's not just chanting, but it's perception. And in higher Kriyas, it's perception. Mantra's a tool, a technique, but it's perception. And I just share one story and then explain something. I was in Homestead with Gurudev. It was his 93rd birthday. Okay, 93 years old. Wow. And mind incredibly sharp and perceptive. And he said to me, I'm perceiving a new sound that I never heard before in meditation. And he said to me, can you imagine, after 50 years of practicing Kriya, I'm still having new experiences. And then he said to me, God is so kind. It really, opened my eyes. Baba was still, he had students from South America bring mango cuttings, and students from India bringing mango cuttings, and then splicing them onto a tree to make a sweeter mango. Okay? And so this was his approach. It's like a scientist. His approach to this practice. And with his students, he was always studying the students and studying himself. Right? How can I help the students? And how can I teach? Okay. And his perception and his experience changed, he evolved. And so I have some recordings, and the way that I guide is based on recordings. Okay, I had to make some adjustments because how I learned in 1981 was a little different than how Baba taught 1996 to 2002. Okay? So as an example, right, many traditions teach here, right? What Baba says, yes, undoubtedly, you'll see light here. He says, but you'll see a greater light here. And it's wiser concentrate in the fountain. And when Baba used the word wise, he's talking about samadhi, wisdom. Wisdom cannot be perceived by the five senses. Okay? Samadhi. So there's one particular technique that and it took me a little while to really appreciate this teaching. Okay? So, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, what is the signs of someone who has Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Right? No pulse, no breath. Right? And Baba would say, breath control,
Self-control.
self-control. So we have to master our breath. Okay? That's one. But we also have to master our pulse. Okay? And so Baba taught, and I have recordings of this. This is not my teaching. This is Baba's recording, and I can share it with you. Okay? Okay? So, can you hold it? Thank you. So I'm going to ask all of you, just a little here, put your hands on your heart. Right? Feel your heart, the pulse of the heart. Right? And again, I have recordings of Baba teaching this. Okay? Each pulse is a Kriya. Kriya, action, divinity, action, each pulse. God, God, God. Spark of the divine, spark of the divine. Okay? Now, many of you have seen this picture, right? Baba has 2 fingers here. And again, I have a recording. He says, place 2 fingers here. Okay? Feel the pulsation here. Fontanelle. What's pulsating in the heart is pulsating in the fontanelle. Okay? But actually, it's the other way around. It's God who's in the fontanelle that's pulsating in the heart. Okay? This is a technique. Okay? So when you're practicing Kriya, right, we're concentrating in the fontanelle. But first, to perceive pulsation. So he gave a technique to perceive pulsation. It's a technique. Right? So you go home, you practice this. Right? And when you start to feel a pulsation in the fingers, the 2 fingers on the fontanelle, relax the hand. Okay? Then, he said, you go like this, 2 fingers on the temples. Okay? You can perceive the pulsation on the left side of the brain, right side of the brain, right side of the brain, left side of the brain, fontanelle. And then to go a little deeper into that pulsation, you'll perceive the milk white light. So, as a practice, how do we integrate? So, I go home, okay, can I feel the pulsation? It took me a long time to really appreciate this. I'm sharing this with you. I heard Baba say it many times, but it took me a while until I could really, I perceive the pulsation. Okay, I can perceive the milk white light. Okay? Then we have this technique. To hear sound, Om sound. Triple divine qualities. Okay? So establish yourself here. The blissful hand of the Guru. Then you concentrate North Pole, South Pole. Okay, what's pulsating in the fontanelle? Pulsating in the earth chakra, base of the spine. This is Kriya Pranayama, informal Kriya Pranayama. To perceive pulsation here, then to perceive pulsation, it's moving in the fontanelle, it's moving in the water chakra, and it's moving digestive fire. Pulsation, pulsation. Like a pendulum, sometimes. Right? Sometimes you say pendulum motion, rocking sensation, a heaviness. Okay? The last few years, they used the word pulsation. Okay? Pulsation, 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 pulsation. Okay? So, Sensation, sound, and light. Triple divine qualities. And why I'm sharing this very distinctly, okay? Because after 20 years, a recording came of Baba, and you hear on the tape, Don Baba, I want you to guide this way. Right? You hear the audio file, Baba saying, and I wasn't in the room. It took 20 years for this file to come to me. Don Baba, I want you to guide this way. Okay? And so, pulsation. Okay? So to become samadhi, no pulse, no breath. So we have to really calm our breath. Very little breath, right? Very little breath, feeble breath. Watch, pulsation. And it moves. Okay? And last thing I'll say, Baba loved Kriya Yoga. Loved Kriya Yoga. Any opportunity to meditate and to teach and share these techniques. Wasn't a job. Oh, I gotta go do meditation. No, I love to do meditation. And he got so much love from God. And it's really quite astonishing. It's something that I still continue to marvel. Baba used to use this word, the marvelous power of God. Right? That's how he would describe it. The marvelous power of God. Isn't it astonishing you can perceive it? Isn't it amazing? Right? And sometimes practice is like that. Mahamudra really can change your life. Okay. So it takes some time, okay, to have that type of depth. And the quickest way is to sit with an Acharya like Chanchal. Okay, so we're qualified, Chaja. So, rare opportunity, take advantage of it, change your life. Okay, love, love, love. God bless. And in the practice, again, it's a technique. Yes. Good. Yes. So God bless. Thank you. Really happy to have this chance to meditate, to see you all. Such a beautiful meditation hall. And I know that Baba's smiling. He's happy. Okay? That you're here practicing Kriya Yoga. Okay? That's really what made him happy. Sincere seekers. That his life and his effort wasn't wasted. Okay? Again, he would say, be like me, don't worship me. If I can do it, you can do it. On his last birthday, 95th birthday in Florida, I was sitting in the audience, and somebody next to me shouted out to Gurudev, talk about Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Baba. And 20 years, I've never seen anybody do that, Talk about Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And what impressed me was how Gurudev reacted. Okay? He didn't say, in the scriptures, it says, and he didn't say, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Instead, he looked at the person without hesitation. You can do it. You can do it if you have the deepest desire. That was his reaction. You can do it. And then he looked at the person and went like this. Okay? What does this represent? Little breath. Right? Then he went like this. Right? Technique. Started showing the technique. Perceive that we practice. So he believes in the techniques. Technique is the greatest teacher. All your questions will be answered by practice. Baba would say, ounce of practice is worth a ton of weariness. Practice will take you inside. So, secret is, you have to sit every day. Okay? This is what your gurus teach. I don't say that you have to sit every day, because that's like too much pressure. I like to say sit as often as you can, as deeply as you can. But when you sit, really sit, try your utmost. Pray to God, oh God, I don't know, I'm dust. I don't know if I'm going to be here. This could be my last breath. To really, thank you for this opportunity to practice and to know you, help you. So, love, grace, right? Technique. It's a formula. Technique, the love we practice with, right? And if I understand, so technique, love, grace. Grace of God, grace of gurus. We're knocking on a door. That door has to be opened by the other side. Right? Grace. But what's the key? What's the key? Love. Right? A quiet, clean, I don't want to say clean, but a quiet, right? Prepare your field so that grace can unfold. It has a container. Right? If your mind is filled with too many thoughts, be still. So, really, just again to say how blessed we are. Right? Truly, how blessed we are. And how blessed, I think in the Gita it says, the fact that you want to know, right? That's a very significant thing. How many millions of people are there? Well, there's like 400 million in the Kumbha Mela that want to know. That's pretty good. But most people, so it's a very noble thing that you want to know. It's really a noble thing. Okay? And then the second blessing is that you've taken initiation into an authentic lineage with an authentic guru, true Samadhi master. We're really blessed. And, I try to explain to people, these were extraordinary souls. Extraordinary. Really rare. And how blessed we are that we're following, walking in their footsteps, the path, the royal road, Shushuma. Okay. So, if I can inspire you to try and go a little deeper, try. Any one of us can get samadhi. Any one of us. Okay. There's really no restriction. It's not a question of male, female, monk, or householder. Okay. Christian, Muslim, Zoroastrian, Buddhist, Shinto. Right? It's love. Love. That's the essence. So, what else do I want to say? Last little thing. So, here in India you have more of a everyday life of sadhana, of spiritual practice. Okay. And so we have practice, technique, but we also have study, self-study. Okay? And so I'm very happy to receive and appreciate the textbook of Kriya Yoga. Here's a manual for the program you're running. Right? You have a Windows computer and you need the manual. Okay, the guidebook. Right? And so here's your guide, but he's giving you a manual also. So it's really, again, a divine opportunity and, practically. And our role as teachers is to help you. That's it. Teacher helps facilitate the student's growth. That's it. We're here to help you. Okay. And to have a qualified teacher, a good teacher. We've all gone to school. We know some teachers are not so good. But then when you find a teacher that inspires you, right, changes your life. And this is my story. I always felt I met the best of India and come to New York. Okay? Here's someone who really knew, right? I didn't have to come to India to find a teacher. I came to New York. And he used to say to me, for 20 years, no need to go to India. India's right here. This is the cave. Babaji's cave, right here. And so even Yogananda, Sri Kishore said to Yogananda, he was a young boy wanting to run to the mountains. Sri Kishore said to him, you have a room, you can close the door, you meditate, that's your cave, that's your mountain. So thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you, Lord. Yoga Karmashu Kaushalam. But he insisted again and again that you have to practice the technique with perfect and with utmost sincerity, love and correctness. If you do that, Samadhi is in you. Regarding Samadhi, I would like to explain one thing. To be in Kutastha is good. To be in Shastra is better. But to watch your breath always in Shastra is the best. Harimananda used to say one thing: tie a strong knot with your Guru, and he will take you to the eternity. If this is the dialogue, then I would rather ask you to surrender yourself totally with the Guru and be one with Guru. Your every atom, every cell, tissue, atom, mind, mon, buddhi, ahankar, chitta, mind, intellect, ego, psyche, spirituality, be merged with the Guru. He used to say, sit beside your Guru. Even he sneezes, take that sneeze, that infection with you. March like that. Basing on this principle, I would rather say, don't run after Nirvikalpa Samadhi, run after Guru. If you can merge yourself with your Guru, just like a puppet made out of sodium chloride, common salt, if it goes to the sea, it gets merges with the water of the sea. And you can't find anywhere anymore. The puppet doesn't remain, it gets ionized as NaCl. Likewise, if you can merge yourself with your Guru, if your Guru is Nirvikalpa Samadhi holder, you will also get that withdraw at any time, any moment, at least before you die. It is a guaranteed virtue. It is a natural law of spirituality. It is a natural law of spirituality. Now, I would request Eugene Baba to say a few words. Before we go in, I will request someone of you to sing a nice song. Any one of you. Quick. Don't respond. After that song finishes, Eugene Baba will take 5 or 10 minutes. Then we'll go in for a very special technique of meditation. तीन থেকে 4 मिनट, 3 to 4 minutes.
Concentrate on that
inhalation and exhalation, when you get the Guru in your grip. And may a jnani, I am ignorant. I do not know how to reach them. So that breathe is the way, breathe is the way, breathe is the bandwidth by which you can connect yourself with the Supreme Server by means of password, that is your beach mantra. That is why Sanskrit need to be pronounced in a very correct way. It's just like email ID or a mobile phone number. If you use an incorrect mobile or incorrect email ID, you don't reach the destination. Likewise, if your pronunciations are not correct, you don't hit the destination. Now I will request Yujan Baba. She's sitting still like a living dog. No movement. Please share your few experiences with Gurudev. In New Year, we'll be delighted to know you. We will be very much delighted.
Thank you all. As I look among you, I'm reminded of the first time I met Baba at a program. When Baba would come to New York and Washington, D.C., it was a very special time because once a year, only once a year, would you have the opportunity to meet Gurudev. So we would make the posters on the streets and we would advertise, oh, Hari Haranand is coming, Hari Haranand is coming. But it was a group like this in Washington, D.C., and he would walk, he would come in, and he would look at everybody, and would make sure he would see you. And then when he would see you, you felt so blessed. And then he would walk around the room as he was meditating and guiding meditation. And when you got to Paravasta, he would walk around the room. And he would touch sometimes on your head. And you would, oh, Baba, please, 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 please pick me, please pick me, please pick me. And then you'd feel the touch of his head, finger on your forehead. And at the end of the reading, you would feel so blessed, and he'd walk by and you could touch his feet. And I learned that to touch the left hand, the left foot was material, and to touch the right foot was spiritual. And I would always go for the right foot to get more spirituality. Oh, please, Baba, please, Baba. And he was so kind, and he was so funny. Oh, he would say, be the hero in, not heroine. And he would like take the long breath. He would make jokes, he would smile, he was your friend. And he didn't just want the good side of you. You felt safe enough to share the demons and the dark side so that he could purify yourself and purify within. It was just so beautiful. And to take his darshan, to be able to eat with him the first time. I remember going to Washington, D.C. We learned the technique, we meditated, he taught the Mahamudra, he taught the technique. And then it was time for dinner or lunch. And they'd spread a carpet out just like this, and everybody would gather around and sit on the floor and eat. And it was my first experience eating Indian food, and I loved it. Oh my goodness. It was so delicious because it had the spirit and the love. It's when you prepare the food, it has to be with love. Whatever you were doing, it has to be with love. So to eat the food and to listen to Baba tell stories of, ancient rishis and stories I'd never heard before, Krishna and Arjuna, and just, it was just magical. But you are so blessed because what did we do? We went back to our homes. And there were only four of us practicing in my little town of Richmond, Virginia. So we would get a tape, and we would meet, and we would listen to the tape of Hari Harananda. You have the benefit of this whole beautiful meditation hall. With Chanchal, every day you can be there and be guided. Amazing. And I'm so surprised from 2 couples in Richmond, Virginia. Then we moved to Washington and then to New York. And in New York, when you would come, we had a place called Chuck's Gallery. It was a painter named Chuck, and he donated his gallery so that we could meditate every Wednesday night. So I would go and I would open up and set up the room for the meditation, and then we were going to play the tape. And pretty soon, there would be a teacher that Baba would designate, you are worthy of leading the meditation. So slowly, 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 Don Baba became one of those who didn't want to become. Baba told Don one time, I will make you monk right now. And I said, oh, no, Baba, no, Baba.
Today?
Today?
Look at that.
Yes. Just now.
But seriously,
About a 50-50, maybe.
But just to be in his presence and feel his love and friendship, you know, when you call upon, when you're meditating, you call Babaji Maharaj, feel. There's no distance, there's no space. It's only in your mind that there's space. You know the stories of how Babaji came to Guru Dev and Lahiri. You know these stories. It's you. Perceive. Put him in the room. Put Babaji in the room beside you when you're meditating. Put Lahiri in the room with you when you're meditating. Know that Sri Yukteswar is with you in the room, and Yogananda and Hariharananda. Gather them around you as you are meditating, and feel their presence and divinity, because you are also divine. You are that power, living power of God, the real you. Remember what Baba would say in Paramasta? This is the real you. You are not the body. So it's those teachings that make us and inspire us that we can, we are. Not we can, not we try, we are. So as you're preparing the food, as you're driving the car, as you're doing your daily job, if you can remain here, it doesn't matter what you're doing. People say, oh, you meditate? I said, I'm meditating right now. You know, being here, being here, being here. I'm getting such a vibration in this room. It is so wonderful. You know, just, can you feel it? Can you see it? Oh my gosh. It's wonderful. Chanchal.
Thank you, Jiva. I would request Mark Baba, please come here and please share some experiences of your. Please share some experiences.
Mark is from Brussels, in Belgium, and it's one of the oldest, if not the oldest, group of Kriya monks initiated by Guru Dev Baba Hariharananda. And when Guru Dev first went to the West, where he demonstrated his ability to learn the Kapha Samadhi, so very happy that Mark has joined us.
Thank you so much. So I come from Belgium, and I had a teacher English, and his name is Jos Ide. And after school, after the class, I attended yoga class with Jos Ide. And Jos talked about Baba to me. And he said to me, I talk to you, and I have vibration. When you want it, when you really want it, you can have it also. So in 1987, Baba came to Belgium and gave lectures. And one of those lectures is on YouTube. The day before, I had the lecture of Baba, and I got initiated. So I was a young man. It is very difficult to comprehend, but in the midst of a life. And as we discussed in the car, Baba planted the seed, the seed of the soul, the seed of a very precious technique. One breath, and you perceive. One breath. And it is very short. It's only this. One breath. That's the short breath. And he elaborated also, when you breathe, it's only like this. That's your distance. And then short breath. So whatever happens, I practice when I'm in difficulty, when I have something, always in this here and this short breath, you immediately connect to the fruit and to the results of your previous meditations. So for me it's a great honor to be here. It's emotional, but I'm coming home. Thank you.
The very emotion and the cry that Mark has just expressed, it shows the love for his guru. About what next? What next? 2 minutes? Erica, mother.
Erica is from Mexico, and I initiated first Swami Sarvesh, actually Yogi Sarveshwarananda, and then we say higher Kriya's gone. And she lives outside of Mexico City on a beautiful part of Mexico, and I just want to say that her mother is a really special place in my heart, and so I'm very happy that she's come from Mexico.
Thank you. I'm Erika. I'm from Mexico. Baba just said everything. I'm so blessed and happy and grateful to be here. I was initiated by Yogi Sarveshwarananda in Mexico 2 years ago. And then after he passed, I came under the guidance of Baba. Thank you very much for having us here.
Many of you may remember last time I was here, I was with Yogacharya Ray Baba from Mexico. Yes, and so she's here as part of that group. It's really an astonishing thing to see all over the world, different cultures, different countries, practicing Kriya Yoga, and the love they have for Kriya in Mexico. And also, we had Silvina Ma from Argentina. Most probably she'll come next year, and Ray may come next year. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Gracias.
Close the door. Close the door. Like this. Come on.
परमहंस गुरु अंश रूप जब हृदय बीच विराजे परमहंस गुरु अंश परमहंस गुरु अंश रूप जब हृदय बीच विराजे परमहंस गुरु अंश रूप जब हृदय बीच विराजे साथ सुरों की साथ सुरों की साथ सुरों की वाणी मेरी साथ सुरों की वाणी मेरी ओंकार धुन गाहे साधु ऐसा ही गुरु है साधु राग रंग का भर भर प्याला राग रंग का भर भर प्याला पीरे और पिलावे साधु ऐसा ही गुरु है साधु ऐसा ही गुरु है साधु
You definitely enjoy the tune that touches your heart will give you pleasure. Not pleasure, it's delight. It's not delight, it's wonderful peace, bliss and joy. Right? Apart from the music itself, আমাকে এটা একটু রেডি করে দিলে ভারী বেশিক্ষণ ধরতে পারবো না এটা একটু রেডি করে দিব apart from the music itself the theme Hiragduti Diamond was saying sadho aisa hi guru bhava there was a very egoistic person once went to a realized master an egoistic person went to a realized master to have some knowledge from him. And this realized person gave him a cup of tea. And on top, not being a cup being empty, the realized master went on, pouring tea on the cup. And the tea was overflowing. So the egoistic person asked the master, what you are doing? You are going and pouring tea on a full cup of tea. How it will accommodate? That's what my child. You wanted to get yourself empty first. First make your cup empty. Then I can put something in your cup. So what? Then you what? I give some tea for Dharma. So, what is this saying? Rag rang ki Har har pyala pive aur pilav. Rag means the tune of do re mi fa sol la ti, sa re ga ma pa dha ni, and the combination of these 22 notes that creates the wonderful world of music, classical music. So, what Guru does, he has prepared that wonderful taste of tea, and he is drinking that tea, and he is drinking that tea to his disciples. रंग रूप के भर भर प्याला पीवे और पिलावे, परम हंस गुरु अंश रूप, जो हृदय में the Paramahansa Guru, one who can discriminate between positive and negative, ignorance and knowledge, knowledge and wisdom, good and bad, pleasure, sorrow, who has gone above all this, he settles down in your heart. And that Paramahansa Guru, what is his pattern? He is like the sun, he is like the moon, he is bright like sun and moon. So that Guru has to be imbibed in your heart. Then only you can go deep into that travel of evolution of the soul. We all are traveling in a process of constant evolution of our soul. Please close that door. I don't want any sound to be here like now I tell you. No sound. Absolutely no sound. The world of spirituality, it is so vast. Not even vast, it is vaster than the universe. And in one life it is impossible to perceive everything. In one life, it is not possible to perceive the entire spirituality. The minimum essence of entering into the arena of spirituality, it is samadhi. So the universe of spirituality, it's so vast. To enter into this arena, you really need a realized master. Who is a realized master? Who is the Sadguru? Sadguru is not a branding. Sadguru is never a branding. Sadguru means one who has himself perceived, conceived, revealed, unveiled the secrets of the entire nature, who has been one with the Brahma. And after that he has been given the authority to teach. He is called a Sadguru. So, the Sadguru, one who has got a Sadguru in his credit. You people are very lucky that you got a panel of Sadguru. It's a panel of Sadguru. All are realizing masters. A Guru is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. He is always there to guide you. Lahiri Baba once said, why do you come to me again and again? Why do you people take a picture of me? Don't do it. If you want to stick me, you can find me here in your tears. There is no distance. There is no barrier There is no hindrance with Guru as a disciple. It's the best possible relation that ever exists in the universe. All the relations that have in the universe and the world, if you put all together and cook that with love, that is Guru's. That is a relation with Guru and Shishya. So, a few moments back, Ganga was saying of Kumbha Mela. He was again saying about the pitcher, the earthen pot on which you can keep something. Now the conjunction of Kumbha Mela, Maha Kumbha Mela, this type of cosmic connection that comes once in 144 years. I will request you to have pin drop silence, I tell you, or else I will lose my concentration. I am not connected with something else, mind you. Forget about everything. See, now can listen to and you're not listening because of the pin drop silence. Enjoy it. Please enjoy it. Gurudev says here, they are all remnants of Gurudev is inside this box, a time capsule. So Kumbha Mela, for 144 years of Mahakumbha, all these are allegorical. If you go and have thousands of dips in Prayagraj today, what may you earn? You may earn some cold allergy, maybe you get worst pneumonia in your chest. Tulsidas ji says, there are many, multiple thousands and thousands of lakhs of aquatic animals that reside in cages or Narmada. Are they realized? No. You have to find the real Ganga, you have to find the real Jamuna, and you have to find the real Saraswati within you. And the combination of Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati is called Triveni Sangam of the prayer. I'll come to that real yogic meaning of allegory of Triveni Sangam and Kumbha Mela today. Before that, you have to understand one thing. How to enter into this world of spirituality. Where does this world of spirituality remains? It's nowhere in the entire universe. Not in mosque, not in temple, not in kawa, not in church, nowhere. God resides nowhere. He resides within your temple. And where is your temple? Your temple is within your fountain. And it's always connected with your heart center. A bigger temple and a lesser temple. When we enter into the world of spirituality, we need to have very subtle truth. Gurudev used to say, breath control is self-control, breath mastery is self-mastery, and breathlessness is deathlessness. Who is deathless? The God is deathless. He never dies. He has created all of us. Rather, we are fractions of the one Heavenly Father. The marvelous power of the God that resides within us. Yogacharya Prajali. He was one, alone, and Nirakar, Nirgu, Nishkal. He had no shade. He had no qualities. And Nishkal, he had no vibration even. He thought of once the wish of one wish. I want to be many and enjoy. See, you all are present here today, very enjoying the company of Gurudev. This we are enjoying. Likewise, God also thought that I will be many and I will enjoy. Ekasambhu Prajayati. Ekam rupam yo bhuda karati. So he fragmented himself. How he fragmented himself? He fragmented himself into tiniest particle that possible in the world is called Brahman, which is even smaller than atom. That is the smallest particle possible in the world, and that is called God particle. What? Noni, you know? Noni Boni tried to explain. He tried to explain, but at a certain level he stuck down because he didn't have the words. He didn't have the science of soul culture. The laboratory resides here. Here is the laboratory. Here is the laboratory of the God who has created the biggest rockets going to Jupiter, the masterpiece of computers, and what not, robotic surgery and what not, everything. Who has created? The brain has created. And how to enter into that arena? God has given you 59 types of breath, out of which 58 will take you away from the Godhood, the enjoyment of the mundane worldly affairs. But He has given you small breath. And that breath is Udan Vayu. That one which goes within the spine, and even within the inner, the spine, the structure of spine. It's just like a coaxial wire. It's just like a coaxial wire. Ira, Pingala, Sushumna, Chitra, Vajra, Brahma. It's just like wire. One after the, you have to go inside to the deepest innermost core, and for which you need pranayama. Before doing pranayama, what you need? Guru Smaran, Guru Pranam, and Mahamudra. When you do all this, you enter into that arena. Your space is open not to be entered there. Now what happens? Once you enter into that, you go to the different layers of wonderfulness of the Brahma. That is called Navona. The 9 layers of Brahma. It follows the same principle that a computer logic follows. Rather, the computer logic has taken the principle from the yogic scriptures. Ved, that is the core of all knowledge and science. Sanskrit is the core of all languages, the mother language of the world. Now, when he fragmented him into Brahmanus, what happened? There was a sound called Omkar. Oh! And this Om, when it's been splitted into, it gives out 50-letter syllables, Purno, 50-letter syllables, 16 vowels and 34 consonants. And whatever we say, we want to express, want to design, want to write, want to do mathematics, want to sing, whatever we do with those 50 letters. And that is why the letters are so powerful. That is the Omkar is so powerful. In Gita, in Bible say, God said, let there be light, and there was light. God said, let there be dark, and there was dark. How? With those Brahmanas he started constructing. With the Brahmanas he created the ether, the vacuum. With 100 Brahmanas he created the air element. With 1,000 Brahmanas he created the fire element. With 10,000 Brahmanas he created the water element. And with 1 lakh Brahmanas he created the earth element. That is Kheti Tattva. And all the elements were again given to every element, going lot down. Now, he himself entered into the creation. Why? He wanted to enjoy. He entered into the creation as breath. God created man and woman with his own image, and breath into the nostril, he is air of life. And he being the prime person or the prime component to enjoy, he is enjoying with through every one of you. Every plant, every creature, all the aquatics, terrestrials, amphibians, apes, all. First he created the botanical kingdom. Then gradually started creating the animal kingdom. And finally he created God, man and woman with his own image. And look, this is a constant process of evolution. It started with botany, then the animal kingdom. And every soul has to travel 84 births, different types of births to complete his evolution. Complete his evolution means, I'll spread my legs. Means you are to go and march with thee, the God. You are out of your house, in the evening, in the night, you want to go back to your house. You are in the street, you want to go back to your house. And that sense that yes, I am somewhere else, I am an alien to the earth, I must go back to my house back. And for which you need a guru who will guide you what is the path. Gurudev used to say, if you want to go to America, you can walk, maybe someday you can reach, may not be yours. If you take a motor, he used to say motor. If you take a motor, you can reach earlier. But if you take an aeroplane, jet plane, you conquer, you reach within 18 hours of time. And the pilot who is flying the aeroplane, he has that technique to fly the aeroplane. You cannot fly an aeroplane. I cannot, but that young guy, he can do it because he knows the techniques. That is a Yoga Kumbha Kaushala. You have to know that technique very perfect. And when you enter into the arena by means of pranayama, by means of pranayama, the breath becomes shorter, shortest. Shortest doesn't have any definition. It can even be shorter than atoms, but up to the measurement of a Brahman which cannot be measured. That is the shortest possible definition can be given at the moment. So, by means of pranayama, when your air becomes shorter and shortest. Shortest is the lower level of shortest. It becomes orthomatra. Orthomatra means when you utter a syllable, say ka, that takes a time, half of the time, that is your breath should be that short, then you will enter into the Sushumna. When it once enters into Sushumna, again you go on doing pranayama. That becomes shorter. It enters to the bindu. Then how? It is half, then it was 1/4. Then when it comes to 1/4, there is a sound called chin 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 chin. In sitar, when you find the chikari waves, chin 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 chin, it's just like that. Then again when it becomes shorter than that, then by 1/8, you can listen to church bell, gong bell, ghanta, etc. etc. Then again it becomes shorter, doing pranayama. These are the acid tests that you are following the path if you are not. The Masters has given these formulas. When it becomes 1/16, it becomes Shankhoda. That is conch blowing sound. Gurudev used to say conch blowing, the entire universe is filled up with conch blowing sound. Oh, that conch that will blow, Shankho, that one is just like different types of conch blowing sound. Then again when it becomes 1/32, 1/64, see the logic how it is diminishing. It gives Nad and Nadanto. Nad and Nadanto means all the music. The level, the structure, the dimension of music, Vamsapurno, where all these musics resides. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, go on combinating, it will give lakhs and lakhs of rags. that resides there. And he always singing there, every moment the music is going there. And once you get connected, then it will be downloaded. It will be downloaded, the music will be downloaded. How the big masters of classical music has given out there so many rag and raginis. Did they create? No. It is a created thing, you have just downloaded as a computer. So that is why he said, Tomar korma, tumi korma loke ol koriya. It is your work that you are doing. I am an instrument. I am just an instrument. You have to feel yourself as an instrument. So beyond that Nada and Alanto, it goes Mridango. 1 by 128. Likewise, then goes above that Benuna, where you can listen to the flute. But Krishna is playing. Krishna has a flute in his hand like this. He's playing like this. It's a simple, made out of bamboo, hollow like structure. And into that, he has 7 holes. He's blowing with that. It means he's doing pranayama. That is an allegory. And he's preparing the music. How he is preparing? If you blow and do it like this, does it give any music? No. Hari Prasad Chaurasia, when he does it like that, his mind gives, blow it like this force, that one, then it will give the melody of that song. He is downloading from there. Then comes 128. 256. In 256, you can listen to Mridanga now. The Mridanga, the beating of tabla and Mridanga. Da da din da kita da din da tete kata digena, like this, all these sounds will start coming, and that will couple with the music, because music without a tal
is incomplete.
छुपा है क्या छुपा है मन में? नाद छुपा है मन में, लय तन में. नाद छुपा है तन में means the music is hidden within your body, within your sushumna. And the lay means the tempo of the music, tempo that is in your mind. It's been connected. Then comes 5 by, then comes 1 by 512. When you go in 512 level of thinness of your breath, the nad gets dissolved with the Brahma. You get sound. And that, in that event, you can listen very peculiar sounds. What Gurudev used to say, I am listening to very peculiar sounds. He was connected. And that is why he was listening to these sounds. That is the secret of this ear, breath control. Now here, the nad, the 9th level of sound, or nad, dissolves with the Brahma. Then after it means 1. You may ask me, why, what about 1 with you? 1024. 1 when very rare masters, they go into that. When they attain that subtleness of breath, they get vaporized or get fragmented into Brahman. Their body is no more formed. But we do the cremation in the fire, he need not do the cremation. The entire, the body made out of 5 primordial elements gets into, dissolving into that primordial elements. Like Kabirji. Kabirji was adored by both Hindus and Muslims. And when he died, Muslims said we'll go to the, we'll take them to the grave, and the Hindus said we'll take him to the fire. And there was a tussle. When the tussle was going on, they saw there is no body of Kabirji, only 2 flowers left out. He vaporized him into Brahmans. So, going deep into the meaning of Kriya Chok, and going deep into the meaning of real essence of spirituality, the Sanatan techniques of Dharma. Dharma is, religion is made by people. Real Dharma is your life, your Prana, who has hold your body. Because if you don't have the gross body, the subtle body cannot live. The subtle body needs a boat to live. What is that? A Above is the cross, that is the cross body. And if the circle body has left the cross